I walk into new construction homes all the time and see the flooring running the completely wrong direction. And I'm talking about homes that were done by professionals. If builders are getting this wrong, what chance does a homeowner have without knowing what to look for? If you've ever wondered which direction to lay flooring in your home, this video is going to clear it all up for you. A while back, I made a video on this exact topic and it blew up. Over 140,000 people watched it as of today, and the comments were packed with questions and homeowners asking me to look at their specific layout. That video covered the basics, but after reading through all of those comments and questions, I realized there was so much more I needed to cover. So I decided to make this video to go way deeper, answer the questions that kept coming up, and even break down some of your actual floor plans at the end. So here are 3 things I'm going to cover in this video. 1. How to know exactly which direction to run your flooring in any room, whether it's a hallway, an open concept layout, or a small bedroom. 2. The biggest mistakes I see people make when choosing their flooring direction, including the one I see in almost every new construction home. And 3. Whether the rules change depending on your flooring type, because with one type of flooring, you actually don't get to choose a direction at all. So before we get into the rules, I want you to understand why direction matters so much in the first place. Think about a striped shirt. If the stripes go horizontal, it makes you look wider. If the stripes go vertical, it makes you look taller and slimmer. The only thing that changed is the direction, yet somehow it makes a big difference. Flooring planks work the same exact way in a room. The direction you run them can make a space feel bigger, smaller, wider, or more cramped. That's why this decision matters a lot more than most people think. So let me walk you through how I decide which direction to lay flooring in any home. When I'm doing an entire first floor, the first thing I look at when I walk through the front door is what's the main area of the house. Is it really open when you walk in with big windows right in front of you, or is there a long hallway that runs along the whole entire area? That's where it starts for me every single time. And from there, I follow a simple priority system. First, check if the house has a long hallway. If it does, you want to run the flooring parallel to the hallway. That's your number 1 priority. If there's no long hallway, or if the hallway is really small, then you go with the longest point of the house. And if neither of those gives you a clear answer, then you run toward the main light source. Now ideally, all of these 3 line up. The hallway, the longest wall, and the light source are all going the same direction. When that happens, the decision is easy and the results look amazing. But what happens when they don't all agree? That's when you need to know which one to prioritize. And for me, it's always hallway first, then longest wall, then light source. The reason I prioritize it this way is simple. Running with the longest point of the house makes everything feel so much bigger and longer and spacious. But if you run the flooring toward the light, and it's the shortest wall of the house, it's going to make the house feel cramped and super small and busy. Trust me, I've seen both, and the difference is night and day. I actually had a client who wasn't sure about going the direction we recommended. She was afraid of how much different the flooring might look compared to what she had pictured in her head. But once the installation was complete, she was so happy she went with our recommendation. The house looked completely different. It felt so much more open and big. That's why I always tell homeowners, trust the process on this one. Real quick, if you're around the Raleigh, North Carolina area and you've been thinking about new floors, I'll make it easy for you. I'll bring the mobile showroom right to your door, help you find the floor that actually fits your home, and give you an honest, no pressure quote. Click the link in the description to schedule your in-home consultation now. Now, let me go deeper on hallways specifically because it's the mistake I see more than any other. When flooring runs across a hallway instead of with it, it makes the hallway feel like a ladder. Every plane creates a horizontal line that chops up the space and makes it feel shorter and boxier. This is the mistake I see in new construction homes all the time. Most new construction homes I walk into have the flooring running the opposite direction of what I would recommend. And honestly, I'm not sure why this is the case, but I see it so often. Builders will run the flooring with the longest wall of the main living area, but they completely ignore the hallway and the rest of the house. And the second you walk into the hallway, something just feels off. If you have a hallway that connects the main areas of your home, That hallway should be the thing that decides your direction. Let me talk about light source next, because a lot of people have heard that you should run your flooring toward the windows. And that's not wrong, but it's not the whole story. When your plank runs toward the light source, it tends to hide the seams between the boards. The light flows along the planks and gives the floor a smoother, more seamless look. When you run perpendicular to the light, it can highlight every single seam and make the floor look busier than it actually is. The confusion comes when the light source conflicts with the longest wall. If that happens, go with the longest wall. Light is the tiebreaker, not the priority. So if the longest point of your house and the light source line up, that's perfect. But if they don't, the longest wall wins. Now, what about open concept layouts? This is where it gets a little more tricky. When your kitchen, living room, and dining area all flow together with no walls separating them. You want to make sure the flooring runs consistently throughout the whole entire house. Don't try to change directions from one area to the next, because it will look chopped up and random. When I walk into an open concept home, I take into consideration the rooms and which way they're laying, but my pick is always to go with the longest wall first and then see if the light or the open windows coordinate with that longest wall. Sometimes they line up perfectly and the decision is easy, but sometimes you have to compromise. You either have to pick the longest wall or pick running the flooring towards the light source. When that happens, I always lean toward whichever direction makes the biggest area of the home feel the most open. And if you're not sure how a direction is going to look before you commit, I recommend using the Mohawk Flooring Visualizer. You can take a photo of your actual space and test different plank directions on screen before any flooring goes down. It takes the guesswork out of it and it's free. I will drop a link in the description for you. And this brings up another question I get a lot. Should upstairs match the directions of the downstairs? Each floor can be treated independently. What matters is that each floor follows the same priority system I just walked you through. So upstairs might run a different direction than downstairs, and that's completely fine. You're not going to see both floors at the same time, so it won't look off. Just make sure each floor makes sense on its own. One more quick tip that ties back to the stripped shirt idea from earlier. If you have a narrow room, like a long bedroom or a tight office, running the flooring toward the longest wall creates the illusion of width. It stretches the room visually and makes it feel less like a bowling alley. It's the same concept as those vertical stripes making you look slimmer. Use the direction of the planks to work with the shape of the room, not against it. Now remember, when I said there's one type of flooring where you don't get to choose the direction at all, I'm talking about solid hardwood. With solid hardwood, you always have to run the boards perpendicular to the floor joist. That's a structural requirement, not a style choice. And if the joist changes direction in different rooms, you have to change the flooring direction in those rooms too. This is the only flooring material where the direction is set by the structure and not by the longest wall or the light source. With all other types of flooring, laminate, luxury vinyl plank, and engineered hardwood, you can change the direction whichever way you think would make your house look the best. Let me also touch on something a lot of homeowners don't think about until it's too late, and that's how direction affects seam patterns and the transitions. The direction you choose can change how visible your seams are, especially with LVP flooring, where repeat patterns can become noticeable if the planks aren't staggered well. And if you do end up running flooring in different directions in different rooms, you're going to need transition strips between those rooms that meet. Transition strips aren't the end of the world, but most homeowners prefer to minimize them. The best way to do that is to keep one consistent direction throughout the entire home. Another situation I see come up a lot is when a homeowner is adding new flooring in one room that connects to an existing floor in another room. Maybe you're doing your kitchen, but the living room already has flooring that was installed a few years ago. In that case, you want to match the direction of the existing floor if you can. If the direction don't match, you're going to need a transition strip between the two rooms that meet. And if the existing floor is a completely different product or color, a transition strip is going to be needed regardless. The goal is to always make the connection between rooms look intentional, not like an afterthought. Now there is a third option that some people ask about, and that's diagonal installation. You can run flooring at an angle instead of straight with the walls. It can look really cool in certain spaces, but I want to be upfront with you. Diagonal installations adds a lot more waste because of all the angle cuts. And it adds more labor costs too. So if you're considering it, just know that it's going to cost more than running it straight. One more thing I want to mention before we get into the floor plan breakdowns. If you're doing your flooring project in phases, like doing the downstairs now and then upstairs in a few months, or doing the main living areas first and then the bedrooms later, make sure you plan the direction for the entire home before you start phase one. If you don't, you could end up locking yourself into a direction that doesn't work for the rest of the house. I see this happen more than you would think. A little bit of planning up front saves you from a major headache later. Now, I want to do something a little different. Some of you actually sent in your floor plans and asked me which direction to lay flooring in your home. So let's go through a few of these right now, and I will give you my feedback. This is a great way for you to see how I think through direction in real time using everything we just covered. So here we have a really big house. As you can see, the entryway is right there. I would assume the biggest light sources are going to be in this open area where it's going to the back porch. Now, the first rule for me, if you remember, it was to look at the hallway or the longest point. So clearly, we have a hallway here, but the longest point of the house is running this way. If you run the floor this way, you're going to go with the light source, but because the width of the house is really narrow, it's going to make the house look much smaller than it actually is. So my recommendation for this house, and you can kind of see there's a little hallway there, run the flooring parallel to the whole entire house. That's going to be the best option for this home. It's going to really open up the space, and it's going to make the house so much bigger than it actually is. So let's go on to our next floor plan. This is another floor plan that another person from YouTube sent to us. So in this case, we can see that the entry of the home is right here. And the first thing you notice is that it has a pretty long hallway right in the entrance. And then if you look at the upstairs, right, this is where the stairs, this is where you would walk in. And then first thing we notice, right, this really long run in the hallway. So, and then you have this area here in the kitchen, same thing, really long run. Now, I don't really know where the windows for these areas are. I'm assuming they're probably going to be here on these walls. But once again, first thing is we look at the hallway and then the longest point of the house. So although the light source might be going different direction, I want to stick with the first two rules, and ideally all of them line up. But in this case, we're just going to go with the longest point of the house, which is once again parallel with the length. Now upstairs, the window sources are probably up here, right here. So running the floor with the longest wall and with the hallway is actually going to match up with the light source. So for upstairs, it's going to be perfect. We can hit all three. For downstairs, we can only hit two of the three. And then we're just going to do one more. Homeowner actually just drew out this floor plan for us because he didn't have the online version. But we can see here, right, once again, a long hallway in the stairs. So I'm thinking this is oh no, this is actually a first floor. It's not. The stairs go to the second floor. And then we have the entry. Now, once again, the longest point of the house is going like this. And then this looks like a smaller home. So kitchen area, I'm pretty sure the windows, yeah, you can see the homeowner marked it, is going this way. So if they were to run the flooring with the light source, you can see it's a really small run. It's going to make the space feel really cramped, really small. So once again, the rule applies to us here as well. First, we go with the hallway and then with the longest run. So those two match up. The light source doesn't match up. I mean, you can kind of see in the bedrooms, we're going to run with the light source, which is perfectly fine. But here in the entryway and hallway, is not going to go with the light source, which is okay. Our goal whenever we're running the flooring is to make the space feel bigger and open. That's the whole point. And if you run it with the longest wall in parallel with the hallway, you're going to be able to achieve that. So now you know which direction to run your flooring. But there's one more decision that's going to completely change how your floor look and feel in your home. And that's the color. I made a full video breaking down how to pick the right flooring color so you don't end up with a color you regret. I will link it right here. Go check it out now.